Real quick, we'll start answering some of these questions of the week. Get you all lined up. There we go. All right, hey, thanks guys. Thanks for tuning in. Adjust this camera just right. There we go. All right, cool. All right, actually it looks a little weird. Let me lower it down a little bit more. I'm looking a little crooked here. All right, cool. I think that's going to be better. Perfect. All right, so, hey, thanks for tuning in. Keto-paleo Q&A. Eat like you guys care about yourself. That's real important. So, we have a couple of questions this week. This one came up actually right before I came to the gym today. I had someone message in that they were really concerned about their cholesterol and being on a ketogenic diet. That comes up quite often. One of the most common misconceptions of the 20th century is probably the lipid hypothesis. So that is a question top of mind when people start the ketogenic diet. So I apologize, I probably have a hard time seeing the comments on here. So if you have questions or comments, just email me, jamie@keto-paleo.com, and I'll get those answered for you guys. So back to the question of the day. Should I be worried about my total cholesterol level? So where do I even start with that? The first thing that I think I should mention is that there is no correlation between a total cholesterol count and any type of coronary heart disease. There are some things that you should look for, some inflammatory markers that you should in fact get tested for. Let's see, hematocrit levels, C-reactive proteins. I can actually I'll post in the description of this a handful of things that you should get tested for. LDL density size as opposed to the actual LDL count, which is something that's just usually something that they throw a number at anyway based off of ratios. So yeah, that being said, total cholesterol count, no correlation between coronary heart disease whatsoever. So don't worry about it. There's some other things that you can look for, and I'll throw that in the description of this. So, yeah, some of the things you should be looking for. What are the true inflammatory markers? What are the things that that should show you that something's going on? Those would be get your C-reactive proteins tested, get your LDL particle size tested. Those are things that you should really look for. All right, so that's only had a couple questions today, most of them relating to the cholesterol, which is real popular. Jimmy Moore does a great presentation on HDL and cholesterol, and he also has another book, Cholesterol Clarity. If you guys want more information on that, I suggest checking that out. If you want a real book on the whole diet and nutrition thing that really beats the hell out of it, you can get Tubbs' Good Calories, Bad Calories, but I'll warn you, it's a lot to read. So I'm doing another experiment. If you guys read my blog, I have a blog post on there called Chasing Ketones, and I was really curious to see if ingesting different substrates would in fact raise your ketone levels. And because the biology behind it, as far as I know, any medium chain triglyceride you ingest, as soon as it hits your liver, will get turned to acetoacetate and then over to a blood level beta hydroxybutyrate. So I have a Chasing Ketones blog post that involves me testing certain substrates once a week. I've been in nutritional ketosis for, let's say, over months at a time, and I'll fast for 24 hours, then ingest, say, 2 tablespoons of butter. I'll check my ketone levels via urine strips, breath, and a blood level, beta hydroxybutyrate, and I'll check that right before I take the sample, at the 20-minute mark, and also check glucose, and then an hour later to see where all of these come in at. Why would I want to do that? Well, I know there's a lot of folks out there chasing ketones. I know that there's a lot of people placing a lot of weight on a blood level test for different reasons. I'm not saying that that's not important or there isn't any correlation between some type of elevated ketone level. What I'm trying to say is what is going to be the best bang for your buck while doing that. So if you're taking a exogenous ketone versus 2 tablespoons of butter versus olive oil versus MCT oil, what exactly is giving you the most, and at what level? So, is ingesting one giving you a ton of ketones, but you're dumping them right to urine? Depending on, that's going to be arguable depending on how long you've been ketogenic and how keto adapted you are. The other one could be, is there a blood level that's a sweet spot? I don't think so. I think if you're in ketosis, you're in ketosis, and you're hitting a moving target. Also, what I did with my N=1 experiment, if you read the blog post, is ended up being olive oil was the most effective as far as raising my blood level ketones, and breath level too. So, and now certain levels of activity are going to weigh in on that as well. Am I burning more? So do I see more acetone at a breath level versus what time of the day is it, built up in my blood? And, how fast does some of these get turned into an MCD once it hits your liver? And that's kind of like how the whole glycemic index came about. So, I guess it serves 2 purposes. What's the best bang for the buck to show blood level ketone or breath level ketone or ketones in your urine? Does it really matter if, as long as you feel better, you're losing weight and all your blood stuff turns around better? I argue that it's something that you don't really need to chase from a weight loss standpoint. So if you're interested in it, email me, Jamie at keto-paleo.com, and I'll send you all the information on that. So keep the questions coming in. I'm going to repost this to YouTube for those of you who missed it, because I know Periscope only holds it for 24 hours. So you can always check back. I have a whole bunch of Q&As on my YouTube channel now, which is just very simply Jamie Caporoso, nothing fancy. To add on to that, if you do have questions, like I said, email me, Jamie at keto-paleo.com. We'll get them answered for you, or at least the best that I can, or refer you out. So that's it. That's a quick Sunday Q&A, you guys. Remember, eat like you care about yourself. That's what's most important. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.